Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Strategy Bites powered by SkyHub VIP. In chapter 1 of Practical Interview Tips, I covered what you can do to prepare for an interview before the interview. Today, I'm going to cover the second chapter, which is what to do and say during the interview. Follow these 7 tips to ensure that you're able to breeze through the interview process successfully. Tip number 1, dress for success. The day of the interview has arrived and you are mentally prepared. What are you going to wear? Rule of thumb is to dress according to what the job you're applying for entails. If you're applying for a corporate job, it would be a good idea to wear a suit. More colorful, flamboyant dressing should be reserved for a job in the fashion industry. The trick is to dress the part, so fall back on the research that you have done. Tip number 2, visualize the interview. Before you head for the interview, take about 30 minutes, sit in silence and visualize yourself walking into the interview room full of confidence and facing the interviewers. Visualize them asking you questions, and while you do that, take a deep breath and tackle the questions one by one based on your preparations. Visualize yourself coming to the end of the interview and walking out with a smile, with your head held high, still full of confidence, punching your fist in the air and saying yes. Trust me, this visualization is going to help you. Tip number 3, don't freak out. You will have questions thrown at you, so take them as they come. Don't rush. Answer them one by one to the best of your ability. The basic questions come first, followed by the more technical ones that will test the limits of your knowledge. Your thought process is often more important than answering correctly, so tell the interviewer what's on your mind. Ask questions to clarify if necessary. Try to project a genuine, thoughtful, and honest image. Tip number 4, ask your own questions. Once the interviewer is done with his questions, it's your turn. Ask questions. They have evaluated you. Now you have to evaluate the company to see if this is the company you want to contribute to. By doing this, you don't seem desperate for the job and you will exhibit a very professional image that will be appreciated. Tip number 5, be yourself. Nobody is perfect, and the interviewer knows that. If you put up false fronts, they will not be able to get a real sense of who you really are. And if they feel unsure about you, there goes your chances of being hired. Just relax and do your best. If you do not know an answer, reply by saying something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, but I don't really know the answer to that." It's okay not to know everything, but not okay to not know anything. Preparation is key. Don't hide any information or lie. They have interviewed enough people to be experts at detecting this. You see, interviewers they're not just evaluating your skill sets, they are evaluating you as a person, your character. If you are going to be joining their team, they need to see what type of person you really are. So watch your tonality. While your answers might appeal to their logical side, your tonality will appeal to their emotional side. By now, I hope that you would have practiced speaking in front of a mirror or a friend who would have been giving you real feedback. I have another video coming up on the usage of tonality, so please look out for that. Tip number 6, never denigrate anyone. This means do not speak ill of any former companies, bosses, colleagues, or anyone for that matter. This never sits well with any prospective employer. If you can do this to others, you could do it to them when you eventually leave, and they know it. You will project a very bad image of one who has a bad attitude and who is always seeking to pass on the blame to others. So don't do it. Tip number 7, become a solution. Let me be very clear about this. No employer would hire anyone who doesn't seem like they are the solution to the company's needs, requirements, or problems. Put yourself in the company's shoes and think about what you can offer them. Find a way to show through your answers how you are able to save them money or even make their life easier. This will instantly propel you to the top of the interviewee list. Follow these tips and blaze through the interview. Walk in with confidence and walk out with your head held high. It's not all that difficult. Well, that's all I have for you today. Drop me a comment in the comment section below if you have any pointers you'd like to share or add to what I've already said. Look out for my next video in the series, the third chapter, which will be on what to do after your interview. And remember to hit the subscribe button to receive more videos on business tips and strategies that make sense. I'm Francis Michael. I'll see you in the next one.